today I thought that let's do some nice back bending, because it's just such a lovely way to feel more energized, get our posture good, to feel open and to be able to breathe properly. So that's what backbending is about, to make us feel open at the emotional level, welcoming, to let go and breathe through any restrictions, or even at the emotional level, our beliefs about ourselves that are holding us back. Just breathe it away and see what happens. So let's start with a breathing exercise. So I recommend to put some pillow or a block below your to sit on top, and then find your comfortable seat, and we're gonna do Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breathing. So first, just find your comfortable seat to be able to sit straight and to breathe freely. Put your hands on your knees, and then take your right hand, bend your index and middle finger to the root of your thumb, so that your thumb and your ring finger are free, and we will alternately close the nostril and breathe through only one nostril. So let's give it a try. Let's do couple of rounds together, and then you can continue at your own pace after that. So first couple of breaths. So breathe in to feel your lungs fully, as full as you can, and exhale through your nose, empty your lungs. Inhale, completely fill your lungs. Then exhale, empty your lungs, draw the belly in. Once more, inhale. Exhale. And let's start. So close your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale, counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the left nostril and hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through your right nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the right nostril and hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch nostrils and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch the sides. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Exhale through the same nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And continue at your own pace for 2 more rounds. And when you're ready, take a few deep breaths, enjoying the relaxation that this exercise gives you and the focus. And then with your next exhalation, slowly open your eyes. And then I'm going to ask you if you would happen to have a blog or a book or even a t-shirt or a strap or something that you can hold like this. Okay, so let's sit on our heels and we'll open our shoulders. So with your next inhalation, lift your arms up, holding that book. You can choose to keep this short stance or a wider one. If you have very tight shoulders, you might need to widen the hold. So take one more breath to inhale, lift your book as high as you can, straighten the arms. Next exhalation, bend the elbows to bring the block back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going at your own pace. Always lifting as you inhale and dropping back as you exhale, trying to keep the upper arms frozen where they are, keeping the upper arms as close to your ears as you can, drawing your belly in. Couple of more times. This can already break a bit of a sweat. Once more. And then next inhalation, hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Drop the book down. Keep your shoulders a couple of rolls. And then bring your hands to the floor. Find your tabletop position. Hands just below your shoulders, knees hips distance apart. Grip the floor, push the floor away. Take a deep breath. Then begin to make rounds clockwise, making circles, circling your shoulders around your wrist. Observing again your weight being distributed at different parts of your hands, gripping your fingers firmly, then switch the direction. Couple of more rounds. Then tuck the toes under and sit down on your heels. Bring your hands together in front of you and point your fingers forward. Then bring the upsides of your wrists together, circle back, and begin to make circles with your wrists, looking at the movements of your fingers. Then reverse the direction. Beautiful rounds with your wrists. Mindful movements. Then return those hands to the floor. Find your tabletop position. Keep the toes tucked under. Take a deep breath here. And exhale to lift your hips up. Find your first down dog, downwards facing dog. Keeping your knees soft, gripping the floor. Perhaps finding your gaze towards your navel. Beginning to find your ujjayi breathing. Breathing in, so inhaling and exhaling through your nose, finding equal length to both your inhalations and exhalations. One more breath here. The next exhalation, bend your knees, gaze in front of you and step or hop to the top of the mat. Feet hips distance apart. And stay for a moment in your forward fold, bringing your hands to your shins or even to your toes. Grabbing your big toes with your index fingers and middle fingers and thumbs, circling. You can keep your knees soft here. Finding length in your back with every inhalation. And every exhalation, engaging your core, your inner thighs, bending forward. One more breath here. Then next inhalation, bring your hands to your shins. Find your flat back, gaze forward. Exhale to bend forward. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Sun salutation A. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky, gazing up to your thumbs. Exhale, bend forward. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to your high plank. Knees to the floor, chest to the floor. And inhale to lift your chest up. Tops of your feet pressing to the mat, baby cobra. Bringing your elbows towards your ribs. One more breath here. Then next exhalation, curl the toes under, find your tabletop, and then your downwards facing dog. 5 breaths in your downwards facing dog. Deep breaths. Finding your steady foundation by gripping the floor with your fingertips, rolling your shoulders away from your ears. 2 more breaths. Then with your next exhalation, bend the knees, gaze in front of you, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Once more, inhale. Reach your arms up. Exhale to bend forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to your high plank. Knees to the floor. Chest to the floor. And inhale to your baby cobra. Exhale to your downwards facing dog. 5 breaths in your down dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exhalation, bend your knees, gaze in front of you, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale to bend forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms together, gaze up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Then keep your feet hips distance apart or bring them together. Sun salutation C. Bend your knees. Brush the floor. And inhale to come to your chair pose, keeping your hands together or apart. Bring your balance to your heels. Lift your chest up. 1 more breath. Then next exhalation, straighten the legs, bend forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your left foot back, lower the knee down. Front knee at the front, right on top of the front heel. Then inhale to reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Next exhalation, hands to the mat, step to your high plank, lower down. Inhaling to your upwards facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Still exhaling, step your left foot forward, back knee down, and inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to your high plank and lower down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. 5 breaths here. Find your steady down dog, deep nourishing breaths. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next exhalation, bend your knees, gaze in front of you, And step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that once more. Feel free again to bring your feet together or not. Bend your knees, brush the floor. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, bend forward. Inhaling to your flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your left foot back, knee down. And inhaling to your low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to your high plank, lower down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, downwards facing dog. And still exhaling, step your left foot back, front, back knee down. And inhale to your low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to your high plank, lower down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. And exhale, downwards facing dog. Deep, nourishing breaths in your down dog. Just a couple of more breaths. Downwards facing dog. Then find your steady foundation here. Grip the mat. Press the index finger knuckle firmly to the floor. Walk your feet together. And next inhalation, lift your right foot up. Right foot. Point the toes. Straighten the foot. Next exhalation, bring that knee towards your chest. Push the floor away. And step the foot between your hands. Align your feet hips distance apart. Make sure that the back heel is right above the ball of your foot. Gaze forward and slowly rise up to your crescent pose. Inhaling to reach your arms up. Gazing forward. Or even challenge your balance by looking up. Whatever suits you. One more deep breath here. Then bring your hands to your heart and lower the back knee down to the floor. Front elbow, so the same side elbow to the same side knee. And begin to bend the back foot up. Finding a deep stretch to the front of your left leg. Gazing up, pulling the back heel towards your hips with your hand at the same time as you're pushing that foot to your hand. Deep breaths. Don't forget your Ujjayi breathing. One more breath. The next exhalation, slowly release. Bring the left hand to the floor. Point the back toes to the side and find your supported plank. Your free arm reaching up, back, top foot down, and lift that top foot up. Flex the toes. Deep breaths. And if you want, you can even bend the knee of that top foot to find the toes, the inside inner foot sole with your top arm. Beautiful. One more breath here. Then slowly release the back foot and step it to the front again to find your low lunge. One deep breath here, gaze forward, find your smile. Then exhale to straighten that front leg. Coming to your runner's lunge. Point the toes up, press the heel down. Chest forward. folding over that front leg. One more deep breath, find length in your back. And exhaling to fold even deeper down over that front leg. Inhale to lift your gaze up. And exhale to press the front foot down to the mat. And begin to lift your back foot up. Hop it closer and find your Virabhadasana 3. Warrior 3. Up. Lift your back foot up. Gaze forward, hands to your heart. Press all four corners of your foot to the floor. Inner thighs active, engaged. One more breath here, you got this. Then slowly bend the front knee, return the back foot down, and go through your vinyasa. Hands to the mat, step your foot back and lower down. Inhaling to your upwards facing dog. Exhaling to your downwards facing dog. Beautiful. Take a few deep clarifying breaths here. Always welcome to take a little rest in your child's pose. It's good to challenge ourselves, but sometimes it's also good to listen to how we feel. One more breath here. Then walk your feet together. And next inhalation, lift your left foot up, point the toes. Inner thighs active. Keep drawing your belly in. One more breath. Then next exhalation, bring that knee to your chest, push the floor away, step the foot between your hands. Align the feet hips distance apart, gaze forward, and slowly, in control, rise up to your crescent pose. Deep breaths. Inhale deeply, and exhale to bend even deeper to your front knee. Then bring your hands to your heart, lower the back knee to the floor, left elbow to the left knee, gaze to your side, and begin to lift that back foot up, and find it with your right hand, grabbing from the inner sole of your back foot, actively pressing the front elbow to the front knee, pulling the front heel back towards the back of the mat to find stability and strength. One more breath here. Then slowly return the back foot to the floor. Right hand to the floor, pointing the back toes slightly to the side to find your supported side plank. Actively gripping the fingertips to the mat, gazing up. And if you want, you can lift the top foot up, flexing the toes. Deep breaths. And if you like, you can even bend the top knee and find the inner sole again. 2 more breaths here, you got this. 1 more breath, beautiful. Then slowly return the top foot to the top of the mat and straighten that leg. Pointing the toes up. Inhale to find length in your back. And exhale to begin to fold over that front leg. Actively pressing the heel to the floor. Deep breaths. 1 more breath. And as you exhale, fold even deeper over that front leg. The next inhalation, begin to lift your gaze and press that front foot to the mat. Lift the back knee up, hop the foot closer and lift the foot up. Inner thighs engaged. See if you can lift your hands up, lifting up to your warrior 3, keeping your back toes pointed, or even flexing the foot, yogi's choice. Deep breaths, find a steady gaze, find a smile if you can. One more breath. Then next exhalation, slowly begin to bend the front knee, return the back foot down, and go through your vinyasa. And meet me in downward facing dog. Or take even a little rest in your child's pose. 5 breaths in your down dog. Observing the quality of your breath. Observing if you have any resistance. Breathe through the challenge. We got this. One more breath here. The next exhalation, bend the knees, gaze in front of you, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful. Then keep your feet hips distance apart. Inhale to reach your arms up, arms behind you. Inhale to straighten the arms, lift your chest up. And exhale to bend forward, keeping your knees slightly bent. Keeping your neck relaxed. The hands folding over your head, over your shoulders. And one by one, bend one of your knees, gazing to the opposite side a bit. Keeping your ujjayi breathing through your nose. Then slowly come back to the center. And next inhalation, rise all the way up slowly. And bring your hands to your heart. Next inhalation, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step to your high plank and lower down. Inhale to your upwards facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downwards facing dog. Find your steady down dog. Strong arms. Gaze towards your navel. Finding a relaxed neck. Then walk your feet together. And next inhalation, reach your right foot up, point the toes. Exhale, bend the knee towards your chest. Step the foot between your hands. Inhale to find your crescent pose. If you want, you can again challenge your balance by gazing up, drawing the belly in, chest up. The next exhalation, reach your left arm forward, the opposite than the front knee, and right arm back, coming to a standing twist, gazing to the side, or even finding your back fingertips. One more breath, you got this. Then now bring your hands together, gaze forward, and lower the back knee down again. Front elbow to the front knee, finding your Anjaneyasana twist, gazing up, Deep breaths, pressing equally both of your hands together. Deep breaths. One more breath in your twist. Then next exhalation, gaze forward, left hand down, and find your variation of the side plank. So like we did before, supporting on the lower knee, or even stacking your feet together. Gazing up at your fingertips. Deep breaths, you got this. One more breath. Then slowly bring your hands to the mat and go through your vinyasa, or even just meet me directly in the downwards facing dog. Yogi's choice. This is your practice. Deep breaths. Keeping your focus on your ujjayi breathing. Finding that nourishing quality. And then walk your feet together again. And next inhalation, lift your left foot up, point the toes. One more breath. The next exhalation, knee to chest. Step the foot between your hands and rise up to your crescent pose. Maybe gazing up. One more breath here. Bend deeper to your front knee. Then begin to bend, reach forward with the opposite arm than the front leg, and back with the other arm. Finding your twist, gazing to the side, or even finding your back arm, thumb. One more breath. Then bring your hands together to your heart and lower the back knee down and find your low lunge twist. Beautiful. Very nice. So press the palms together. Front knee pressing back to your elbow. Keep drawing your belly in. Beautiful. One more deep, nourishing breath here. Then slowly find your way to your side plank. Right hand coming down. Finding your variation. Stacking the feet. Or supporting on the lower leg, knee. Deep breaths. Find your steady gaze up on your upper arm thumb, or just down on your hand. One more breath, you got this. Then slowly return the top hand down. Go through the vinyasa. So going down, upwards facing dog, or just meet me in downwards facing dog. Very nice. Take deep, 3 more deep breaths here. Neutralizing after all that effort. One more breath. The next exhalation, bend the knees down on the mat. And sit down on your heels for a moment. Take a few breaths here. Maybe inhaling to lift your arms up. Bringing the palms towards the sky. Finding length at your shoulders as you're drawing your belly in. One more breath here. Then slowly bring your hands down to the mat. First find your tabletop position, and we're gonna do Ardha Pincha Mayurasana, dolphin pose. So sink your elbows down on the mat and measure the distance by grabbing the opposite elbows, then pointing your fingertips forward, firmly pressing the index finger knuckle down, then press the elbows, curl the toes under, take a deep breath, gaze between your elbows, and then begin to straighten your legs to find your dolphin pose. You can even walk your feet closer if you like. 2 more breaths here. Actively pressing the elbows down on the mat. 1 more breath. Then slowly return your knees down again. And straighten your legs to come down on your belly. Then bring your hands back below your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet actively to the mat. Elbows towards each other. And next inhalation, peel your chest up like a rolled up mat to begin to lift your chest up, keeping a nice long neck. Your legs are working. Your belly is working. Deep breaths, find your smile. 1 more breath here. Then exhale to return down. Take a few breaths here down. Then next inhalation, lift your chest up again. And this time begin to even push your hands down, keeping your elbows back, shoulders down. 2 more breaths. Deep breaths, work that strength in your back. 1 more breath. Then slowly lower down. Then push yourself back up and find that tabletop position. And lower your elbows down again, and we'll do the dolphin just once more. So press the index finger knuckles down, press your elbows down, curl the toes under, deep breath. And as you exhale, lift your hips up and find your dolphin pose. If you like, you can challenge yourself a bit more by lifting your right foot up, pointing the toes up. One more breath. Then reverse. Return the right foot down. Left foot rising up, pointing the toes up to the ceiling. Keeping your inner thighs active. Belly drawing in. One more breath. Then slowly lower your feet down. Return the knees down on the floor. And sit down on your heels. Reach your hands back behind you. Fingertips pointing forward. And just lift your chest up by pressing your hands down on the mat. Gazing up, finding a nice release. A counter pose. Still keeping a nice long neck here. One more breath. Then slowly come back up and find yourself standing on the knees. Let's do camel pose, Ustrasana. So knees are hips distance apart. First, bring your hands at your sides. Draw the elbows towards each other. Draw the belly in. And inhale to really lift your chest up as you're drawing your belly in. Take a few deep breaths here just to discover this pose, the action of the strength of your back. Your core is active. One more breath. Then slowly let go. Sit for a moment on your heels. I'm not really managing to make Elsa less tired. Sorry. Let's do that again. Let's do it 3 times. That's traditional way to really find the pose, to ingrain it in our head. So this time bring your hands behind your back. In the lower back, the fingertips pointing down. Inhale to again draw the belly in, lift your chest up, even gaze up. And actually, sorry, I forgot to say, I recommend that you lift your heels up by curling the toes under. Inhale, lift your chest up. And exhale to begin to bend backwards, keeping your elbows towards each other. And maybe finding your heels. Breathing space to your chest. Gazing up or even releasing your back down. Gazing back. 2 more breaths. Find the space. And then slowly reverse. Begin to lift back up. Hands to your lower back. And sit down on your heels just for a moment. Take a few deep breaths. And then the last try, yogi's choice. You can keep your toes tucked under, knees lifted up. Or if that was really easy for you, then flatten the top sides of your feet down on the mat. Hands behind your back, elbows towards each other. Inhale to lift your chest up, draw the belly in. And exhale to begin to bend back. Inner thighs active. And see if you can find your heels. For 4, 2, observe the quality of your breath. 3, deep breaths, streaming. 1. And then slowly, when you're ready, reverse and come back up. Beautiful. Very nice. Sit back on your heels and bend forward, bringing your forehead. You can lift your hips up to bring your forehead as close to your knees as you can, placing the top of your head on the floor. Grab your heels, your fingertips pointing in. The next inhalation, lift your hips up. Drawing your belly in. Rabbit pose. Pull the heels together. 2 more breaths. And then slowly return your hips down. Come back up. Very nice. Then slowly find your way back to seated. And lay down on your back. We're gonna do shoulder stand. So lay down on your back and feel free to roll the mat below your neck if you have sensitive neck. And bring your arms at the sides of your hips. Then lift your hips up and legs up. And walk your hands up on your back as high as you can. Keeping the elbows towards each other. Your shoulders pressing actively on the mat. Shoulder stand. Deep breaths. Keeping your gaze up on your toes. Seeing if you can find some relaxing quality to your breath already. Although this might not feel so relaxing. And then you can stay like this or begin to bend your legs from your hips. So bringing your feet back behind you to Halasana, straight legs, perhaps even finding the floor with the tops of your feet. If you do, then you can interlace your fingers and straighten your arms. Deep breaths. One more breath here. Then slowly release your hands and begin to return your hips down by rolling your back down towards the mat, vertebrae per vertebrae. Slowly. First hips down, then straighten your legs. Keep one of your knees towards your chest and grab the knee with interlaced fingers. So interlace your fingers and cup the knee. And really begin to find that soothing quality to your breath. Relaxing your face. Then reach the arm of the side of your lifted knee to the side. Spread it to the side. And let that knee drop to the opposite side. Finding your reclining twist. Supine twist. Gazing to the straightened arm hand. Finding length in that side body. One more breath here. Then next inhalation, slowly bring the knee to the center and straighten the leg. And reverse. First cup the knee with your hands, interlace fingers. And then slowly find your supine twist by reaching that same side arm to the side as your knee and allowing that knee to drop to the opposite side. Gaze to that straightened arm hand. Breathing especially length to your exhalations. Really release and let go. One more deep breath like that. Then slowly return that knee to the center and take a hold behind your knees and roll up to seated. Find your easy pose, cross-legged seated position. Finding an easy and comfortable seat, even leaning against a wall. And close your eyes for a moment. Finding length in your back. rooting your sitting bones firmly to the mat, tracing through your back, all the way from the tailbone to the crown of your head, relaxing your face. Then bring your left hand to your belly, your right hand to your chest, to your heart. And just take a moment to observe your natural breathing. Noticing the warmth of your hands at your belly and at your heart. Keeping your attention at your breath and remembering the openness of your heart and remembering the natural state of ourselves as open and welcoming, without any judgment, completely accepting beings. Then slowly lengthen your breaths. Find a smile on your face. And when you're ready, find your way to your Savasana, corpse pose. Laying down on the mat. Maybe grabbing some blanket or putting more clothes on. And then when you're ready, lay down on the mat. And allow yourself to completely let go. Let go of any resistance. And just rest in that relaxed, open acceptance. And always, if you notice your mind wandering, returning yourself back to your breath. then slowly, when you're ready, begin to move your fingers and your toes again, and to find more length in your breaths. And if you like, you can reach your arms behind you and stretch your body fully. Taking a deep breath. Then bring your knees to your chest and roll to your side. And then with the help of your hands, rise all the way up to seated. Coming back to your easy pose. And finding that open position, the posture, more space to your breath, your chest, for yourself to breathe. Find your smile. And then bring your hands to your heart. Bow to your heart. Namaste.